I legitimately almost started crying because I thought I broke my camera, and it's the most terrifying thing that's ever happened to me. Yeah, it's probably not quite true, but you know, whatever. I like to exaggerate here, you guys know that. I was gonna start off this video with apologizing for not uploading this weekend, and then I felt kind of weird about it, because that would be me assuming that there's a bunch of people who come back and watch my stuff every weekend because, you know, I'm so important and like loads of people love me. Like, I'm not that kind of person. And for me to sit here and be like, oh my gosh, you know, I'm so sorry that like me, someone that you don't know, has disrupted your week by not uploading a video. Like, I don't know, that just feels weird to me. And either way, I'm kind of pissed that I wasn't able to upload this week, but at the same time, shit happens. That sort of leads me on to what I want to talk about today, and that is this whole creator-viewer divide thing. And that is very much an issue that I feel needs to continue to be discussed, but I don't think it's as big of a problem that some people think it is. But if you do think that it is, then like, that's cool. Everyone's allowed their own opinions on things. That's fine. I'm not here to shit on anyone's opinions. I just have some thoughts and would like to start a discussion on it. I love having conversations with you guys. Says the person who hasn't replied to comments on like 2 videos. I'm sorry, but work is just I'm always there. I love it, but I'm always there. So I went to go and see a panel about this at Summer in the City. What a surprise. Me talking about Summer in the City? How out of character. I mean, I've hardly spoken about it since I came back from London at all, have I? But yeah, I went to go and see a panel about it. Evan Edinger, Nathan Zed, Dottie, Jan Vlogs, I think Stephen Bridges was on it, and there was a couple of other people that I didn't know and can't remember. Sorry. They were on it as well. I'm sure someone knows. If I find it, I'll like put it in the description or something. They were all on it. And one thing in particular that I want to talk about was something that Dottie said, and that was that people create barriers between each other all the time. And I think that is very, very true. Like, you'll see things like that starting from like primary school, or you know, in some cases maybe even like play school. So I wouldn't exactly say that it's a YouTube exclusive thing, and there are a lot of people who don't think that way. It's only a small minority that do, that I'm aware of anyway. The real question, and again something that was brought up at the panel, was, is it just YouTubers' fault? Because I don't know about you, but I definitely don't think that it is. Take Dan and Phil for instance. Like, don't get me wrong, they have worked damn hard to get to where they are. I'm not like shitting on them for that. There is a creator-viewer divide, and I have nothing against them. They treat their viewers and their no, hate this word, but they treat their fans really well. Like, you can tell that they genuinely care about them, and it hasn't like gone to their heads, and they haven't forgotten who has gotten them to where they are, and I respect them a lot for that. There is a very clear creator-viewer divide there, if you know what I'm saying. And I don't think that is inherently a bad thing. I'm sure it can make experiences of meeting people who watch your content kind of awkward sometimes, but you know, that's just life, I think. You know, to have someone that's really passionate about things that you make, that they want to draw things to do with it and like make you things and tweet you about it, and know that it has affected their life in some way, shape or form, must be so humbling, or at least I imagine it would be. And things like that, where it makes people happy and they want to let you know that it makes you happy, I think that's cool, and there's nothing wrong with that. But then if you look at the other end of the spectrum, there's people like Zoella and Pointless Blog, and people will just show up at their house and expect them to take pictures of them when they come outside and just stalk them, really. And that's really not okay, and that's where I think people's issues with the whole creator-viewer divide really stem from. And honestly, can't really fault them with that, to be honest. But at the same time, these people put up with those barriers themselves. I am not getting my point across at all. From a viewer's perspective, people need to sort of, myself included, for instance, I love Paramore a whole lot, and I do put Hayley Williams and Taylor York on a pedestal. I think they are the most wonderful people, and if I met them, I would definitely start crying and be hysterical. And you know what? It would be the greatest day of my entire life. But at the end of the day, they are just people who are very, very talented, and I am so glad that there are loads of people that recognize what wonderful art that they make and want to support them through that. But at the same time, they are just ordinary people, you know? I think people need to stop putting others on a pedestal. It's cool to have people that you admire and that you look up to and things like that, you know? This whole infatuation with people that you don't know in real life thing is, in some cases, is a little bit weird. But going back to Summer in the City, I wish I could go back to Summer in the City. I think I briefly touched on this in my Sitsi vlog. I think it was a very good experience, and one of the best parts of it was going to meet people at their merch stands. The experience of meeting Sammy, Hazel, Dan and Hannah at their merch stands was very, very different to that of when we went to the balloted meet and greet. Like, don't get me wrong, having balloted meet and greets and giving people opportunities to meet their favourite content creators and things like that, I think that is bloody wonderful. By the time we got to them, they were over time, so it was like, get a picture, hug, goodbye, you know? For example, when Milena and I went to go and talk to Sammy, we got to speak to him for maybe 10, possibly even 15 minutes about anything. The conversation just flowed so naturally, and although initially it was a tad awkward because, you know, we'd never met this guy before and like obviously he didn't know who we were, but he made it feel like, not necessarily that we were like old friends hanging out, but it just, it wasn't awkward. There wasn't a divide there. I mean, there was, I guess there kind of was, because he was standing behind a table waiting to sign things, but besides the point. And then when we met Dan at, I think he was looking after Sammy's table, I can't remember. Like, you know, we went and we had a proper conversation with him about YouTube and about PMS and how he edits and different things like that, you know? And maybe our advantage was that we were both creators ourselves. Obviously not to the same extent where some of them, it is their actual job, like they make a living from this, whereas for us it's a hobby, really. So maybe that was an advantage we have. What a surprise, I'm uploading a video that isn't very well articulated. Basically, to cut a very long video short, I do think that there is a creator-viewer divide, but I don't think it's all the YouTuber's fault, but I also don't think it's inherently all of the viewers' fault either. And also, can people stop throwing the term influencer around? It's just people sitting in rooms talking to a camera. How are they? No, no, no. It's a very ugly term. Why is the term influencer even a thing? I mean, I know it's all like brands and business people that are coming in trying to work with YouTubers. It makes me uncomfortable. I don't like it at all. Actually, I know someone who articulated this very well, and that was Super Sam Stuff. He mentioned it in his video about Sitsi. I think I will link that down below because it's very good and I think everyone should watch it. I enjoyed it a lot. Anyway, I hope you're all well, and don't forget to like and share and subscribe and all of that bullshit that everyone says at the end of their videos, but almost feels a bit like an obligation to say it now. Just thought of another video idea. Brilliant! See you at some stage. Might be that idea, might be something completely different. Have a good week and I'll see you at some stage. Maybe Sunday. I don't know. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.